Okay, there's a lot of reports about heroin being a scourge of the nation, and I mean, I'm not really noticing that firsthand. I can't tell who's really using or anything by looking at people when I travel around the northern western areas of the United States. Um, every so often, I'll see signs of like with a needle that's just laying in the grass or laying in a bush or something. But I question whether that is a heroin needle or a diabetic needle. They look the same. Diabetic needles are pretty much throwaway needles. So I don't know how reckless the heroin addict is. I don't know how reckless the diabetic is. I mean, you see sugar packages thrown all over the place, soda cans. I mean, just 2 days ago, I was walking and a car passed me, and all of a sudden I heard a clink, and there's a soda can laying on the parking lot as they're driving away. Some passenger threw their soda can right on the ground, right in front of me. All right, they're throwing, their candy wrappers and all that all over the place. So how responsible are the diabetics with their needles? Yeah, it's hard to say that. I mean, they're irresponsible with their sugar packages. That all that fast food and sweet candies and all that. Um, so there's that question that comes to mind for me. It's really hard to say that there's a bad heroin addiction. I don't know where they're getting the reports. It must maybe it's like secret reports from the cops, but I don't see cops standing in front of piles and piles of heroin that they've uncovered. It's maybe the hospitals are reporting these numbers, but I'm not getting the sources on where this heroin problem is coming from. But I saw this news report, and it showed somebody holding a bunch of needles, which once again these are needles that could be used for diabetics too. But on a further note, they're needles. I mean, why don't you control the production of needles? All right, you're trying to control the production of heroin, which usually seems to point the finger at Afghanistan and their poppy production. But I mean, they're poppies. People like eating the seeds. It's like it's almost a staple over there. I love poppies myself. I got this big poppy container. I'll mix this with my breakfast, or just general kind of anything I have with grains, and it helps me. The poppies help me sleep. They're a really good product. They really help control they help you sleep. All right, and they also, I think they're supposed to lower the blood pressure too. There's several things with the phytochemicals in poppies. They're a big benefit to our health, and to attract to attack the poppy trade seems a little short-sighted, because it's not poppies that are really the opium poppies. Even they're not the real big problem. It's the delivery method that's causing the biggest problem. Okay. I mean, I could lick a freshly cut poppy and get that sap, and yeah, that'll affect me. I've done it in the past, and it's affected me. My hands have felt like two balloons the first time I tried it, and I've only tried it a few times. But it's the needles that make the delivery the most lethal. And it doesn't really sound like people are trying to control the needle population or the needle production. But that would interfere with the manufacturer's profits from the 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 diabetic trade